you've been in Nairobi for a little over a week now.
Yeah.
What would you say drew you initially to come to Nairobi? And yeah, what drew you to come here initially?
The desire to be somewhere where I fit in a little bit. I had been in Argentina and I'd been in America for a long time. And I spent some time over in Paris and the Caribbean, all these different places. But I never really felt like I fit in. I would be stared at everywhere I go, which is, I still get stared at here. But the difference is, one, I sort of look Kenyan, and two, the reason people are staring at me, it's not just people, it's mostly women.
Yeah.
As I walk around, they are bold.
Yes, very bold.
Giving me the eyeballs everywhere I go. And as a matter of fact, I was in Village Market last night. And as I walked in the door, I made the mistake of just spending too long looking at a lady who was sitting there at her table, just, to say hello. She was looking at me and I was giving her an eyeball back, just looking at her. And she called me over to the table. I introduced myself to her, said I'm Chris and all this kind of stuff, but I didn't really want any business with her. I was just going about my own business. So I get up and I start walking afterwards, and she hops up out of her chair to follow me around to continue talking to me, trying to get me to come back and all that stuff, man. I had to turn her down. I was like, girl, go back to your table,
Wow.
And it's just, one of those great experiences of fitting in, not fitting in, but for the right reason.
Yes.
And it's so peaceful here. The weather is wonderful, and the people have been kind. The men who I hired to do various things are always ready to work, and the women, who tend to be beautiful, are interested.
Yeah, I've been all throughout South America. I've been through Eastern Europe, and like some dudes fantasize about being like, oh, the only black guy in the city. It sounds good. But then when you actually live that for a while, you're like, I'm tired of the thought that if I am out with a woman out in Argentina, like somebody might try to speak to her in Spanish, say, oh, like, why are you with a Negro? Or something, because that happens, and so coming here, it's a peace of mind knowing that, I mean, maybe they might say, why are you with an American? But I haven't heard that, but who cares if they did say that? But because nationality and race are two completely different things. So, so you're somebody that saw Casey's interview I did like this, and then you booked a consultation, and then you booked a place to stay through us. We showed you around. You had a tour guide. You had the safari. Now, that being said, when you booked your consultation, what was your expectations on your experience going to be? Like, what did you think it was going to be like when you got here compared to what you just described?
Man, I thought I would show up and maybe there would be... Oh, what's going on over there?
I thought it was a bug over there.
Oh, no. When I showed up, I didn't really have too many expectations. I'm not going to lie. It's because I sort of live off faith, and I move around like the wind. I didn't expect what I got, most certainly. Your social circle, the social circle you helped me develop, has been awesome.
Yeah.
Met a lot of great guys. But then on top of that, just as I move around, my phone is just being populated with this network of men who are interested in getting to know me. Like, while I was at the national park just now, there's a guy who owns some land out in eastern Kenya, which I'm traveling to in a couple of weeks, thanks through a travel agent, which is also the owner of the house that you helped me get. And so I'm using, when I go out there, I'm going to meet with this new guy, Steven, who owns a bunch of land out there and is thinking about building on it. And, perhaps we can work together to do something. Maybe I can invest a little bit in Kenya. And that's just one of the many contacts that I've made as I've been here. There's a lot of business going on in this area. A lot of people trying to develop something, to create something. And I have found that to be inspiring. And now, and the women, I have not, that has caught me off guard completely.
Yeah.
I just started seeing this young lady who I met at the polo match that I went to with you. You invited me out to, which there are so many beautiful women. I was not expecting just in that one space. I mean, yeah, they're everywhere in Kenya, but this area that you invited me out to, I was shocked by the number of beautiful women just there at that one event, you know, all showing out. And, you know, I'm dating one of them now who is a model and who isn't entitled and who is kind and who wants to be of service. And it's just seems like a wonderful woman. And I'm going to take my time to see if that's good or bad, but we'll see.
I want to elaborate on that, but you guys, if you guys want to have that same testimonial that Chris just gave about being able to find a network here in Kenya where he can go to the coast and have opportunities to invest and be invited to, you know, upscale events like the polo games and stuff like that. He's going to see my tailor after this. Yeah. The only way you can do that if you want to join my social circle is to click the link in the description of the first pinned comment and book a consultation, and you'll be able to say things just like what you heard Chris say. Now, you're from the United States. You say you're from Kentucky, right? So you make decent money from what you have been telling me, and you weren't satisfied with the dating scene in the USA, I'm assuming, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does the social scene overall, we can focus on dating, but how overall does it differ here when it comes to approaching, when it comes to just, you know, going on a date and not getting gaslit the entire time? Like, what are the three big things that you noticed were drastically different?
Well, now this is speaking from a guy who's only been here for a week, and I had to spend a lot of that time just getting over the jet lag. As far as approaching goes, women like for you to approach them here.
Yes.
And they are friendly when you do it, excited about it oftentimes. Whereas in America, when you approach a woman, oftentimes you got to worry about getting clowned, getting turned down. They'll just be mean for no reason, or they'll just, you know, they just want to ignore you. You know, it's just, they're so angry.
It'll make you want to stop talking to women.
Yes.
It'll make you want to stop. Yeah.
But over here, it's like you're a joy to be around. They make you feel like you're a joy to be around. They appreciate men for who they are. You know, I'm not trying to dance around this girl's games. You know, I'm very straightforward in what I want. I'm a serious-minded man. I'm not here to play around with some bullshit. And if I encounter a serious-minded woman, I'll take her seriously. But women in America, typically, they're not serious. And oftentimes they think that they are greater than what they truly are. Yeah. You know, as if, since they're able to make money too, they think that their money is important. Yeah. But to a guy that makes money, your money is meaningless to me. I don't care how much money you make, because if you're going to be with me, chances are you're going to be in the kitchen. You know, I don't need you to make money. I can pay for your lifestyle. So the chicks over here, the girl that I'm with, the girl that I'm dating, she's got a whole modeling agency. She makes good money. She travels. She's been doing this for a while. She teaches people. And she was, one of the first things she said to me is, I want to be a housewife.
Really?
Yeah, she came up with it. I'm like, oh, she wants to be in the kitchen. I'm like, man, okay.
So that's expected here, or you think that's it's still a norm here?
It's expected. Even the maid that I had cleaning my house, it's expected of her, and this kind of surprised me, not only to clean up the house, but then to do my laundry and then iron my laundry and then make sure that it's hung up. And, you know, when I brought a girl over, she ended up getting makeup on my sheets and a pillowcase. And
you got an hand on your neck.
Thank you. She got makeup over a nice shirt too. It was like a $200 shirt. She got makeup on the shirt. I just looked at it like, whatever. And the maid was able to get it all out. So, you know, they really take care. They know their jobs and they take care. Another thing I've noticed is, women know their place. 2, they're kind and ready to approach. And 3, they're in much better shape.
Yeah.
Women here are in much better shape. American chicks, man, they be chunky, especially the black girls. You know, they'll be fat and tell you that they got a thick booty or whatever, and they're thick. This girl had a waist like this, a 6-pack, and a booty that lets me know that God is good.
Yeah, I will say that they come, I guess, I don't know, I don't know, something with their genetics where they don't even have to go to the gym. I mean, if she had a six-pack, she's in the gym.
Yeah,
but when they're in the gym, they're unstoppable at that point. So, do you have, not being here for a week in Kenya, could you see yourself staying here for a year at a time?
Yeah.
What makes you think that you could stay here for a prolonged period of time?
Opportunities.
Opportunities, absolutely.
There's a bunch of opportunity for investment. That's really what I'm here for, to try to build something. I'm thinking about farming and farmland, stuff like that. Is what I'm considering going towards.
I heard they grow tobacco here too. Like that's a business here too.
I hear that most Kenyans know how to farm.
Really?
Which means, because look, I'm not actually a C student in school. I was a good student, but I call myself a C student in most things because I know how to invest. I know finance and crypto and stuff like that, but I don't really know a lot about anything else. And so I need to hire the A students, and there's a bunch of A students when it comes to growing things, when it comes to building things and networking. And I just got my Uber driver up here, and he drove me an hour across town, and I said, if you wait here, I'll pay you $25 for the rest of the day because I got to go to various places. And he's like, absolutely. And he's ready to change his whole day.
Yeah.
He's an A student. He sees the opportunity, and he's ready to serve.
Cheap cost of living.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very cheap cost of living here. And I want to be of more use to these people. It's not like I want to use them. I want to be of use to them and help them create something here that's useful. That the problem is they don't have capital. Well, I can take care of the capital if they can help me build.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. So yeah, you're someone that wants to come to Kenya and bring opportunity. So we said that it's a cheap cost of living here in Kenya. Some people are under the perspective that when I say like, oh, this place I'm staying at, I'm paying $850 a month, and I've specified many, many times that is a lease.
Yes.
Like if you're coming here short term, 1 month, you're not gonna get it, especially not in this area. Some people think they can come to Kenya and survive the entire month off of $1,000. Now it's possible. You will be in the house. You will not be eating out. If you're a single man, forget about dating. Yeah. If you're a married couple, forget about taking your wife out. I mean, because there's even this place that I went to in Village Market. A game of pool was $1.50 an hour or something like that. Super cheap. Mm-hmm. But I'm on a date. Am I not going to get her something to drink? If she wants something to eat, I'm going to say, oh, no, that's out of my budget because I spent $40. Mm-hmm. It's not a lot compared to the States where that would have been like $100, but you won't have enough wiggle room. So if you're coming to Kenya, I would say at least have $2,500 a month to spend. That doesn't mean that's all you will spend, but we're still adults. Just because you move out of the country doesn't mean you don't get hurt out of nowhere and you got to pay for a medical bill. Stuff just pops up, And if you don't have enough wiggle room, it's just as important here as it is in the States. So when I say, oh, you can live in Kenya off of $1,000, that literally means survive.
Yeah.
Like that means if you lost your income
maybe outside of Nairobi.
Yeah.
Survive outside of Nairobi. If you're in Nairobi's a big city. It's like New York.
Yeah.
Man. It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally just went across town for an hour. I'm still in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to, if you're going to be in a metropolitan area, they cost more.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. And some people are, listen, guys, $2,500 a month is not a lot. Let's put this into perspective. You should be making that anyway, because I don't care what city you're in the States, if you make $2,500 a month, you are probably on food stamps. Mm-hmm. Like that, my rent in Dallas, to take care of the whole apartment was $1,600 a month.
Yeah, it's $15,000 a year.
And in the States, you need a car. So some people were in my comments like, oh, you got to make at least $24,000. Yeah, that's nothing. That for an American, that's nothing. And people can say like you can live like the locals. The locals live off of $1,000 or less than that a month. Yeah, they grew up here. They're used to something different.
Yes.
If you come to another country, most people, I think all people, are going to another country to improve their life. That could be lower the cost of living, which is improving your life. That could be bettering your dating options, improving your social circle, going somewhere where it's cheaper to invest like here. Mm-hmm. You can buy a place for, $30,000 here, versus in the States. Yeah, you're not getting nowhere for $30,000. Whatever you're doing, you're looking to improve your life. So all I'm saying, you guys, is you're not $1,000 a month means that if you lose your income in Nairobi, you can go hermit mode and you wouldn't be starving. But yeah, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, there are people here who, over in the slums, you can live off $1 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they will negotiate for food, so they're you can have absolutely no money and still manage to live. But what kind of lifestyle do you want to live? You know, and there's a lifestyle for all income brackets up here. But of course, like anywhere else, the better off you're doing, the better off you'll be, the more comfortable you'll be. I find it. I'm not rich by any means whatsoever, but I make a decent income, and I'm able to move around in perfect comfort everywhere I go. When I want to go out to eat, I can go out to eat. If I want to travel to Eastern Kenya, which I want to be doing at the end of this month, I can do that. I can go to various places and have a good time. The prices are all reasonable. Some of them are unreasonable to the downside. Like you can hire people for very low cost. You know?
Yeah.
Because I'm just used to American prices. So if I'm expecting to have a driver, I'm expecting to pay a good amount of money. But over here, nah.
Yeah.
People, there's a lot of people here who make $250 a month.
Yeah.
So if you can give them 10% of that in a day,
that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge blessing. Yeah. So for somebody else that's in your situation, a single American man that makes good money, well put together, he's well off like yourself, what would you say to them if they're watching this but they're hesitant to come visit Kenya? What would be your advice to them?
There is no reward without risk. You need to get outside your comfort zone. The world is huge. There are so many beautiful things to be done inside of it, and if you're hurting where you are, you can't be healed in the same place that you're hurt. Find somewhere else to be. Here is a good option. The weather is wonderful. The women are wonderful. The men are wonderful. Yes, there's a wonderful cost of living. Your social circle has been very useful to me. And some of the events here there's a lot of fun to be had. Things can be a little scary when you're outside your circle, when you're outside your comfort zone, but that's how you expand as a person. That's how you expand your spirit. You expand your mind by going to new places. Once you do it, the fear subsides, and then your comfort zone is larger. It's worth it.
And there's a lot of other men, like you spoke about with social circle. There's a lot of other men that were in that same position, like myself. Let's say somebody like Bobby, somebody like James, that are out here as well. And they're in the same boat and they're enjoying themselves. So if you guys are interested in coming to Nairobi and you guys want to have a similar experience again, and you guys want to be plugged in with the right people so you can invest, so you can have a good time, so you can meet beautiful women, so you can know where to hang out at, where to eat, everything. Click the link in the description, the first pinned comment. I'm your guy with boots on the ground. I'll make sure you enjoy yourself. So, any final words for the people watching?
Nairobi is a wonderful place to be. Come on out, enjoy your life, try something new, get out of the rut. All right, start driving on a new road. That's it.
It's a big world out there.
Yeah.
Like I said, you guys hit the link in the first pinned comment or the description, and I'll speak with you soon. Thank you.